Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Pop. I'm your host, Drip Coach Drop, and knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. And today's video is just the global macro news update. So it's a lot of stuff regarding kind of the moves being made with Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, and Gary Gensler, the chair of SEC, Jerome Powell, Fidelity, BlackRock, all this stuff. So we're gonna kind of gloss over it, and then I'm going to weave together what I think the narrative is. Kind of been keeping you guys updated on just my tinfoil hat theory. So I can't really say for certain, but there is definitely a game of global 3D chess being played by the powers that be. So first, a couple weeks now, on June 7th, you had Secretary Janet Yellen mentioning about basically her support for Gary Gensler's aggressive strategy at the SEC, which could basically have interesting implications for the crypto market. So we've seen him throw Binance under the bus, basically throwing shade at Coinbase and all these other ones, just regulation by enforcement. So there's clearly something that they're trying to do. And she expressed concerns about the potential destabilizing role of crypto, but clarified that she is in support of the approaches that Gensler is taking. Now, we've seen with Gensler, we have lawmakers introduce a bill to try to remove SEC Chair Gary Gensler. We'll see where that goes right now. That's being introduced, but nothing has come of that. Now, on top of that, we have basically BlackRock. Where is that one? BlackRock introducing a request for a ETF spot Bitcoin, which ETF is just an exchange traded fund, which basically means that BlackRock would have to have 1-to-1 of the physical asset of Bitcoin that they trade. So it wouldn't be paper Bitcoin like we've seen like with FTX. So with this, people are speculating, one, that BlackRock is the world's largest asset management firm. They are number one with $9 trillion assets under management. And then Fidelity also has thrown their hat into the ring in theory. We can't get any proof on that, but they're supposedly looking to do the exact same thing. And they are number 3. Now, what this means is that these are the big players trying to get approval to play in the Bitcoin or crypto arena. And the speculation is that when this happened back with gold was trading around $450 per ounce in November. And then when this ETF was introduced, within 7 years, it went up to $1,900 per ounce. And I think the market cap was under 1 trillion as well, and went up to 11 trillion within the decade. So they're speculating that the same could happen for Bitcoin with these two players being submitting for ETFs. And one, BlackRock has submitted over, I think, 276 total ETFs, and 275 of those 276 have been approved. So only didn't get approved for one. And one has to question why they're doing it now, after the Coinbase and after the Binance FUD, right? So again, a bigger game of 3D chess, I believe, is being played, but I'll tell you what that narrative is after we get into this. Lastly, you got the International Monetary Fund, so the IMF, and they are looking to introduce basically a cross-border central bank digital currency. This is interesting. They don't want to use the existing blockchains that could fund this. They want this to be something that they control in totality. So our blueprint for a new class of platforms would enhance and ensure greater interoperability, efficiency, and safety in cross-border payments, as well as in domestic financial markets. The cost, sluggishness, opacity of cross-border payments come from limited infrastructure. And he said, the director said the IMF is working hard on global infrastructure to enable different CBDCs to work with each other. This ledger would be controlled by the platform operator, and apparently rejecting more innovative ideas such as blockchain-based validation. So all that means is they want to keep the opaque black box sealed on how they are basically manipulating fiat currencies, but they want to make it faster and interoperable. So That also is interesting. Cross-border CBDCs. We've seen already, like in Nigeria and other countries where they rolled them out, and they haven't exactly been accepted with open arms. But something like this could be the smoke and mirrors needed to get it injected on a global scale. And we'll see. There's definitely a need for cross-border payments, but I think we already have that with crypto. We just need some stability in the stable coins or an asset that has less volatility. So that hasn't been introduced yet, but hopefully someone will come up with a DeFi solution for that. So last but not least, what I think all of this leads to is that it's gearing up for what could be matching the 4-year halving cycles that we have in Bitcoin and a bull run for 2024. So my tinfoil hat is that Biden will be looking at replacing maybe all three of those horsemen, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and Gary Gensler, or at least introducing some form of narrative that looks like they will be moved out so that the markets can rally. The markets can rally by the end of the year. That makes it look like his time in office was productive and ending on a high note, and that sets him up for sets the party up for the 2024 elections. So I think Gary Gensler will indeed be on the way out, but it's trading the devil you know for the devil you don't, so to speak. So we've seen how Gary's been moving, but trust and believe whoever is going to be ushered in behind this, they are still in the pockets of Fidelity, BlackRock, whoever the people behind the closed doors are, the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS, the IMF, all these people, they're all working together. So it doesn't matter who is the figurehead. Someone's always going to be on the chopping block, and then they're just going to roll somebody else in to continue to manipulate things. But I think that this recent FUD with Coinbase and what the SEC was doing and all that stuff, all this is to, spread a narrative so that they can get this fire sale going and move in and sweep up assets and stuff like that. And I think we will see that towards the end of the year. So my speculation would be that we will definitely be entering into bull run territory by the end of the year. And this spot ETF will be approved, probably with BlackRock and Fidelity, and maybe also Vanguard will come in as well. Because if these two get approved, then you can look at probably these other ones coming online as well. You see the top 7 are all in the US. So once that happens, it is game on for the global asset management firms. So BlackRock is the number one. If they get approved, and pretty much all of these companies here uses BlackRock's AI technology, Aladdin, to manage their assets. So it doesn't matter if they get approved or not, they're still using the tech that BlackRock owns. So that will be bullish for the crypto market, but be aware that that means they will have the ability to own a large portion of Bitcoin. So we could be at the bottom of the bear market now, could still be the leg down. We'll see, but guarantee once this kicks off, when that's approved, then it is game on. And that I don't think we'll trade any lower than that after that announcement, and probably even before that, because people, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. But it's not going to happen overnight. As I mentioned in this one article, it took gold 7 years to do a 5x. So I don't think Bitcoin would take that long. It's much more widely adopted, or I wouldn't say widely adopted. But it's built on digital rails, which makes it easier to share and spread the news about and to track. And there's no physical, tangible asset you have to hold, whereas gold before was physical, and then they created this ETF and stuff like that. So I definitely think it'll get adopted faster is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that's what I got. So just keep an eye out for the next 6 months, maybe some volatility, maybe some more FUD to get a fire sale on Bitcoin as these two big players move in. And also it could line up perfectly with, like I said, doing some restructuring of the 3 figureheads that have basically caused this economic hardship that we're in right now with inflation and all this stuff. So maybe seeing those 3 move around. So anything surrounding Bitcoin ETF with Fidelity, BlackRock, and with Secretary of Treasury of Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell of the Fed and Gary Gensler, SEC, anything around them, keep your eyes and ears peeled, because I think that's the narrative we should be looking out for. All right. That's all I got. Hope that provides value. If it did, smash that HBO special. Help brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.